So you want to smash. Look, I'm not angry at you. It's not a weird thing. We all get to that point in life where our bodies start growing, start, adapting, evolving, and doing new things. And I'm not angry at you, I'm not angry. You've walked through life, wandering and pondering, looking for the right one, and there he is. He's a bit nerdy, perhaps puny, weak with a little bit of charm and perchance some riz. But let's be honest, you don't like him because of that. You like him because he can get active. When it comes down to it, he can tussle, hustle, bustle, but most importantly, he can smash. We're gonna teach you how to smash correctly with the Hulk. I know you want to immediately get to smashing, but before we do that, we gotta understand that the Hulk has 3 forms: Bitchless Banner, the Hulk, and the Hulk after he gets a haircut goes to Target, then goes to the gym. When you're in your Bruce Banner form, you have a gamma gun and a gamma grenade, and that's it. You usually start out the game as Bitchless Banner, not to be confused with Bruce mains. There's Bitchless Banner, and then there's Bruce Banner mains. Big difference, but we're not here to talk about that.
He does exactly what I do, but better.
When you usually start the game as Banner, you turn into the Hulk. The Hulk taps in, the Hulk locks in, or you're usually Bruce Banner when you're in the middle of a drastic and very important team fight. Take all the damage, and then don't get healed, and then you just turn back into the Bitchless Banner. So how do we turn from Bruce Banner back into the Hulk? Well, that's very simple. You have to hit your shots. And I mean, you have to hit your shots. Every hit on an enemy refills your ult meter to turn back into the Hulk. Body shots do no damage. None. Tickle them with a feather, grab them by the butt cheeks, doesn't matter. You're doing no damage. Headshots, though, do mad damage. Who would have thought, right? Should have gone for the head. The gamma gun is a little weird to fire. Bullets can kind of carry, and they're a bit slow, so lead your shots. Your gamma grenade, though, is your best tool as Bruce Banner, hands down. Not only can you use it to escape and peel off your enemies, but if you hit an enemy with it, it gives you 10% back on your Hulk meter. You have to use it carefully, though. It is on an 8-second cooldown and could very much be the difference between life and death. Highly recommend it if you need to reposition or you need to peel for yourself. You're getting dove, someone's on you, you're not in a position you want to be somewhere higher. Very simple, gamma grenade. Hulk himself. Now the Hulk has 4 abilities. He has his shield, his stun, his clap, and his jump. Also, the Hulk punches. You will be punching everything. Doesn't have a reload, it doesn't have a cooldown. Hulk just punches. Hulk punches everything. Hulk punches schizophrenic man. Hulk punches mixed race couple. Hulk punches beautiful cocoa butter, thick flying weather lady. Hulk punches through gender norms. He punches through color barriers. He punches through oppression and misogyny. Hulk's hands are truly for everyone.
Too puny.
Hulk can also jump like Michael Jordan in his prime. It's weird. With the Hulk, his jumps are charged. When you jump with the Hulk, an arrow appears in front of you. Depending on how long you charge up this arrow, he will jump that distance. But before we do anything else, I want you to go to your settings. Go to your controller, on console, I don't know what it is on PC, alright? Go to combat, change your hero to the Hulk, and turn off hold to activate Incredible Leap. Cause it is buns. Complete and utter ass. And if you want to play the Hulk a correct and proper way, this is the best thing you can do for Hulk's jump. Now, if you don't want to, that's fine. I understand it. I'm just telling you what I would do. I find it a lot easier to play with this off because it charges up Hulk's maximum jump for you. And depending on whether you're playing on Xbox or PlayStation or PC, you just have to press the jump button again to jump that distance. Also, fun fact, if you charge up a jump and jump on a wall and hold the button you use to jump, Hulk can stick to walls. And if somebody is flying, my favorite thing to do, you can jump into them as Hulk and bring them down. The Hulk's jump can cancel ultimates. If Iron Man is maximum pulsing, jump up there and grab him. If Thor ults, jump up there and grab him. If Wanda ults, jump up and grab her and show her that the only pure chaos is between your legs and with your nuts in her mouth. Results may vary though. I know what you're asking now. Mr. Marquarius G, when do we start smashing? Hush, little Toby. There will be enough smashing to go around. We are learning the motion in the ocean before we give you the size to smash. Hulk stun, radioactive lockdown, or what I like to call it, the Preparer, is a stun on a 15-second cooldown. This stun stops when you use another ability or hit with that said ability on the said person. Meaning, if I stun somebody, then punch them, then clap them, then do anything else to affect them, the stun stops. When they are stunned, you and only you can hit them. Your teammates can't hit them, your opponents can't hit them. You can use this ability for a lot of things, alright? You can lock someone down and then jump to them. You can lock someone down and disable them, taking them out of the fight for a while. Or you can lock someone down that's pushing you with an ult and take them out of the fight too. Honestly, that depends though. Most ults don't get stopped by Hulk stun, which pisses me off, but that's a whole nother discussion. You can use it on like Penny Parker when she's ulting and it stops her, but you use it on like Luna Snow or Cloak and Dagger and that shit's just not happening. My favorite way to use Hulk stun is to set up for something I like to call the cheek clapper combo. See, if you stun them, then go around your opponent and use Hulk's Gamma Burst, you effectively clap your opponent's cheeks and bust on them by using the Gamma Burst.
What?
Gamma Burst is Hulk's ranged ability. Simply pressing R1 or RB and Hulk claps his hands, shooting out a Gamma Burst that inflicts pretty good damage. I use this when I'm deep in the fight or when I see one or two opponents lined up because Gamma Burst can go through opponents, meaning you can hit an enemy that's right behind another for that double clap action. That's what I'm talking about. Now I know what you're saying, Mr. Marquarius G, when do we start smashing? And I'm gonna tell you, if you ask me again, I'm gonna have your parents come in here, Toby, and tell the whole class what happens when you start smashing for fun with no protection. The Hulk's final ability is called Indestructible Guard, or what I like to call it, the Sideman Shield. You see, this is used when maybe the Hulk took on too much. Maybe the Hulk jumped in, into the enemy team without any support, any fellow divers, or any heals at all. The Hulk can use this to protect himself and jump out. The Hulk can also use this to protect himself from the hate and harmful words that people say about the Hulk's body. Or the Hulk can use this to protect his healers. See, sometimes the healers have had a bad day, and the Hulk needs to be there to listen to his healers, to ask, did he do it again? He did it again, didn't he? Or to let them know that their main man, the one that pays the bills and puts food on the table, is such an evil, conniving dictator for not letting the supports go out with their support friends. It also can be used to peel for them. The Hulk can pop this ability and protect him and his main hose from any damage. This shield can be used to negate big damage and big ults, such as Magneto, Iron Man, Wanda, Groot, and Jeff the Shark. There's probably a lot more ults you could cancel using his shield. I'm only telling you the ones that I have canceled using his shield. Also, all the damage that is done to Hulk and his bubble shield and to his friends is converted into the energy for his ultimate ability. Monster Hulk, or what I like to call sexually frustrated Hulk that's going through a divorce and hasn't seen his children in a very long time. This is Hulk on steroids. If that's impossible to imagine, please just look at the screen. Hulk should really consider seeing a therapist. In this mode, Hulk gets huge, getting a considerable amount of more health. His punches do more damage and knock back his opponents. So, learn how to juggle. You can juggle multiple opponents at once or just one opponent you specifically don't like. I'm looking at you, Psylocke, you fucking bitch. Anywho, it also cuts down his cooldown timers significantly, going from having a 15-second stun to having a 5-second stun, and his Gamma Clap basically being on no cooldown. So spam the hell out of it. It does a lot of damage and can chunk squishier opponents. Hulk loses his ability to have a shield but gains the ability to lock down an opponent with World Breaker. He picks up and slams a target you choose. It is very good to finish off a squishy opponent that may be out of reach or lock down someone that's using a very powerful ult, like Magic or Penny Parker. Do be careful though, the Hulk is very vulnerable in this mode. Sometimes the Hulk can sense sensitive, you know? And Hulk wonders if he's too mad or if he is the madness. And if he is the madness, can Hulk ever be the happiness? Can Hulk learn to forgive others? Can Hulk learn to forgive himself? When switching between modes, whether it be to Banner to Hulk to Monster Hulk, or Hulk back to Banner, or Monster Hulk, it doesn't matter, alright? There's always a little cutscene that happens for the Hulk. So I recommend if you do Hulk up to Monster Hulk, do it during a jump, or do it when you're low in health, as it gives you all your health back, and by the time you finish jumping with the Hulk, you should already be Monster Hulk on the ground. Also, Monster Hulk does have a little tech where if you knock up your enemies twice or once, depending on how far they go in the air, you can charge a jump up and knock the enemy back down and grab them in the air, effectively giving them a 0 to 100 combo if done correctly with very minimum heals. So we've talked about how to play the Hulk, but most importantly, we haven't talked about how to play the Hulk. Let's talk about when, where, and how to play as the Hulk. Most importantly, let's identify what the Hulk is. Hulk, in my opinion, and I hope other people's opinions, is a dive tank. I love causing nothing but trouble for DPS and healers that are standing back and doing their job. If I see a Moon Knight just standing off by himself at an angle or by a flank attacking his onks, I'ma jump on his ass. If I see a group of healers in the back by themselves just healing the team, I will dive on them. I want to dive and disrupt as much as possible. I want to get killed, but most importantly, I want to disrupt the enemy team. If I can get the healers to focus on themselves and try to kill me instead of healing their DPS and their tanks, I'm doing my job. If I can get Moon Knight, Hawkeye, or Namor to just stop standing at an angle and dishing out consistent damage, I'm doing my job. Though it gets tricky though. Sometimes if I'm playing against a dive heavy comp such as Black Panther, Magic, and Psylocke, it can be harder for me to dive the enemy backline when my backline themselves are getting dove. It also may be very hard to play Hulk into comps that do consistent and heavy amounts of damage, such as Moon Knight, Namor, and Squirrel Girl, especially if Namor has the Luna Snow team up. That squid that slows could destroy the Hulk, combined with all the damage and all the other squids that are hitting the Hulk. Moon Knight's onks can also shred the Hulk. Also, if Moon Knight throws a onk at you, it can technically disrupt you, canceling a jump that you have charged, since technically Moon Knight's onks kind of knock you up. It's very dumb and very annoying, and it's happened to me many times. Play the Hulk aggressively, especially if you're rocking Hulk's team-ups. Hulk can give your team a lot of value, especially with his Gamma team-up, which turns Iron Man into even more of a shredding machine with his beam and the ability for him to literally drop bombs from the sky out here looking like Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Iron Man can 2-tap, even 3-tap some squishier opponents in this game with that Gamma boost. Buffs Doctor Strange, which is a little crazy because Doctor Strange in his own right is absolutely freaking busted. Like, that motherfucker also has a PhD in Gamma studies. What can't the Doctor do? Technically surgery, but we're not focused on that. But hands down, my favorite team up with the Hulk is his team up with Wolverine. Wolverine hard counters the Hulk disgustingly, actually. It's actually kind of gross. You gotta have hard counters in the game though. I completely understand where they're coming from. But his team up with the Hulk makes it so the Hulk can throw Wolverine basically across the freaking map, giving Wolverine basically another dash. But it makes the dive that much more dangerous. You see, Wolverine is fantastic to dive with because where Hulk lacks damage and mobility, Wolverine makes up for all of it. And the Hulk provides Wolverine with not only another target to focus, an ability to lock down a enemy, but during the dive, the Hulk can give Wolverine extra shield, which the Wolverine doesn't even fucking need because Wolverine doesn't die. He's already difficult to kill with healers. Diving with the Hulk makes both of them that much more dangerous. Let's talk about when you want to play the Hulk. Real ones like me that know Hulk is strongest there is, point blank period, play Hulk into anything and everything. I legitimately have been spamming Hulk games for so long at this point that I think I took him from like cadet to captain or centurion in the last like 4 days. But if you're wondering when to play the Hulk or want to play Hulk situational, you want to play the Hulk in maps that have close choke points and small zones, or when you're pushing the payload on attack. This is because it allows Hulk to stick to people. It forces them to fight you as Hulk. The Hulk lacks range, so if your opponents are forced to fight you all the time, this is when Hulk shines. Or honestly, you could play Hulk when you want to activate his team up. If you have a good Strange and a good Iron Man that are carrying you and you want to buff them, pick the Hulk. If you have a Wolverine that needs a little bit more mobility or needs to go a bit further to get maybe somebody out of the sky, or the back line is really far, play the Hulk so you can throw Wolverine to give him the mobility he needs. You also want to play the Hulk into team comps that have low mobility or a significantly low amount of healers. If the enemy team is rocking 1 or 2 healers with no mobility, I'm putting my big fat green Hulk nuts in their face. If the enemy team has a dive comp, and maybe you have a team comp that consists of another tank and some healers, while your tank protects your team, you have the ability to dive the enemy backline with your divers or just by yourself. Or you have the ability to assist in defense. Honestly, depending on your team, you could play Hulk as a solo tank, diving when you see fit and coming back to peel for your healers, or you could play Hulk as an aggressive off tank, diving with your team or just diving the backline by yourself. Remember, you are most likely going to be your healer's first defensive option against dive or against any other DPS, because the Hulk lacks range. There is completely nothing wrong with playing around your healers or playing around your carry and just being an extra bullet sponge, being an extra shield, being an extra stun. Play with your team as the Hulk too. Now we have a basic understanding of all of Hulk's abilities and a basic guide on how to smash with the Hulk. This is how I play the Hulk. He got me to Diamond, and I'm currently pushing more with him on my Twitch when he doesn't get banned during my games. If you want to see some raw, massive, huge Hulk and other Marvel Rivals content, go on there and watch me play. Now I tell you the most important rule on how to smash with the Hulk. Get in there and do it yourself. Going in raw and just learning how you play the Hulk, how you can benefit from playing the Hulk, what style you want to play with the Hulk, and how you want to go about using the Hulk. I've told you my style of playing the Hulk, but the best way for you to figure out how to play the Hulk is to take this guide not as a, oh, this is how we play the Hulk every time. Use this guide to set you up with the best tools and the best strategies so you can learn how to play the Hulk for yourself. This game allows you to play a lot of different play styles. It allows you to play the hero the way you want to play the hero and what works for you. I'm just here telling you how it works for me. So get out there and try to see what works for you. If you want to see more hero guides, let me know who you want me to play and who you want me to tell you how to play in the comment section next. Until next time, may God be with you all, and a deuces.